Hey, sorry about that. I have no idea why the live stream just dropped, but we are back. Not sure why that live stream just dropped. Apologies. But again, we are here in downtown Louisville, Kentucky. We are on Liberty Street, just outside of Injustice Park, Breonna Taylor Park, and or Jefferson Square Park, whichever you prefer. Day 69 of protest in support of Breonna Taylor, or justice for Breonna Taylor. It is just about March time. We are currently organizing, getting people together before we start our walk.
We out here, day 69. We're not stopping. Day 69. We're not stopping.
Looks like 35, 40 people maybe total.
Life, people tend to forget about what they really here for. Hold on, Michael Jackson. Look, some people, hold on, back up, boy, back up. He's all right, he's a little, yeah, he's a little off. We love him. But look, you all right, calm down, boy. But in life, we down here for a cause.
Yep.
I'm not down here for me. I'm not down here for him. I'm down here for Breonna Taylor, David McAtee, who we keep going, Mike Newby, Daniel Rudolph, Adrian Reynolds, Sandra Bland.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Trayvon Martin. We gotta remember what we down here for. Once you get down here and you start forgetting about what you're down here for, then that's when things happen. That's when we get divided. We gotta stay united. Because what we do, united we stand, divided we fall. United we stand,
Divided we fall.
United we stand,
Divided we fall.
United we stand.
That there's Citez, that's Citez, the local hype man of the protest. It is kind of low numbers tonight again. Usually we got about 50, 60 on most good nights. We got maybe 35, 40 tonight. I assume because of the low numbers is why we're not marching in formation tonight. Usually the last couple of weeks we've been marching in either 2 or 4 lines depending on the number of people.
Fuck these racist ass police!
You can't stop the revolution!
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 Hands up!
Don't shoot!
You know there's no water out there. There's no water. I just had to go find a medic.
Hands up!
Don't shoot!
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 Hands up!
Having a little trouble with my gimbal. Trying a new cable today. It's a little heavier, so I got to figure out the balance properly so that it'll sit up straight.
Black Lives Matter!
That might do it. All right, I think we got it. Yeah, that'll do it.
I know everybody's angry this morning, but there's no water down here. I had to go get a medic. I told everybody to stop. I know you and I got another one, so you have 2 medics there. This is like, it's not a game. We have to stay dehydrated. We got to be dehydrated, I'm sorry. But y'all know what I mean, though. Y'all know when I'm here, my job to get everybody back safe. I wanted to go to our fall, but we can't go nowhere far because we wasn't prepared and y'all wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So, I really want to turn around, go to get some water, more people, and walk all around this motherfucker. Let's go.
Breonna Taylor. All right, so one of these several Chris's that help organize the marches here at night, he has come to the lead. He has pointed out that we did not bring water on the march, that he had to go and find a medic to come and accompany. We do have 2 medics with us, but I guess we don't have a supply car. So he is suggesting that we do a quick lap. We head back to the park. We make sure we get appropriate supplies and some more people, and then we go again here in a little bit. So it's like we might have a small march and then another march.
No, preach. That's a good detour right there.
Boop.
Take it to the street. Keep fighting the police. No peace. Motherfucker, shut it down! 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 What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Now! If we don't get it, shut it down! If we don't get it, shut it down!
So it looks like tonight, at least for this little march that we're doing now, I am out here, got one angle. Jason Downey is also out here. He's got a second angle for you. So if my feed's boring, you can always check his out.
Hey, bro, those are done before. Back on the way. Erase all this shit. Yeah, I heard, man. Thanks. Hey, y'all let the truck go first, please?
You can't stop the revolution! You can't stop the revolution!
So we got this big white truck that's taking lead and blocking traffic. So at least we got one of our rolling barricades. Ooh, wait, we got two. We got 2 rolling barricades. I'm not super stoked about all those kids hanging out the back of that truck. And they're not even kids, they were adults. About all those adults hanging out in the back of the truck. Not super excited about that, but it is what it is. I don't understand how you could think that this is a small revolution. Do you realize that there's over 60 countries that are currently protesting and screaming Breonna Taylor's name? Over 60 countries are currently protesting in support of Louisville and justice for Breonna. And you're going to say that it's a small revolution. Alright guys, again, new cable, so the gimbal's a little off balance. I haven't quite found the right axis in there, so it's a little wobbly. There's actually been a lot that's already been accomplished by these protests. I have posted a lot of the changes that have been made here locally in Louisville. I posted that information several times from the Riot Heart platform, so feel free to go and find that. Aside from Louisville, let's see, Seattle is defunding the police. Minneapolis has already defunded and is talking abolishment. St. Petersburg, Florida has defunded police. So to say that these protests have accomplished nothing is just it's factually wrong. So this is a quick march. We stopped and paused and rested once, but went ahead and came right back to the park. We're gonna make sure we got water and supplies, and maybe go back out again tonight. We'll see. Shit, New York City, NYC defunded. Is that true? I didn't know that. I'll have to look into that. Chris, I agree with you. Democrats definitely need to defund themselves and their groups. So do Republicans, because the bipartisan system is fucked. I mean, cities are burning down with police right now, so what's your argument? Andy, I think you're the mother of the year. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, he get water. We were in March.
I know, wait, damn it.
We got to march again.
Yeah, Melissa, I'm good. I'm just tired. And there's not as many crazy fucking comments coming through tonight. Sorry, I'm not trying to say that word as much on the streams, but yeah, someone said the mural. This is the Breonna Taylor mural underneath the top. What up, dude? Yeah, how you doing? But underneath this tarp here is actually the full memorial. There's you know, more banners, posters, more pictures. There's some fake flowers that are lining the drainage ring around the circle in the middle of Injustice Park. There are fresh flowers that are brought down on a daily basis as well for the Breonna Taylor Memorial, as well as the Tyler Girth Memorial. All right, I'm gonna stay live for a minute longer. They said that we might be going back out. I don't know if that means immediately or here in a little bit, but I'm gonna stay live for a minute longer, see if we go back out. If it's gonna be like another hour or so, I'll probably end up dropping and coming back on later. Princess Santos, thank you so much for that. I will read that later. Ruby, I don't really understand your comment there. If you want to elaborate, feel free. Let's see. There you go. I'll come over here and show you the table and everything where Tyler Girth's memorial is. It looks like it's covered with a tarp too, so we won't be able to see any of it, but I can kind of explain to you something. Hey, look, those are the bikes from the Kids March earlier. Look at these helmets. They covered their helmets in like fur and stuff, and there's 3 bikers. They rode with the Kids March to help block traffic. Yeah, and they covered their full face helmets with like fur and fuzz, like they're big teddy bears or something. It was awesome. But yeah, under this table here is the Tyler Girth Memorial. You can see these little heart wreaths that are kind of hanging up. There's pictures of him. There's photos that he took. He was a photographer. That's why he was down here most of the days of the protest, was he was taking photos of protesters. Yeah, he was, his life was cut short. He was shot here, actually, on this spot several weeks ago by a mentally handicapped person that had been evicted from the park several times for instigating fights. That person had also been arrested several times in the month leading up and never got any appropriate mental health checks or anything from law enforcement, who are supposed to do that whenever they take you into incarceration, and was released several times. Ended up coming back with a firearm and unfortunately ending Tyler's life. He was just here to try to capture the moment like all of us, and became a name in the movement. Very unfortunate, but now his name is chanted every day, just like Breonna Taylor, just like David McAtee, just like George Floyd. Because he was a warrior, just like the rest of us. He was here to fight. Yeah, I agree. I don't think this will be over until after election. Maybe not even then. The people that think that this is going to go until election and then just magically end because they think that this is being created by the powers that be to split the decision just before election. There are people that feel that that's a thing. I don't believe that at all. I think it will go past elections, personally. Yep, we are blaming on the system. That's exactly what we're doing, because the system is broken and it needs reform. And anyone that disagrees with that really doesn't understand the system that they live in, the government they live in, the economy that they live in. It's time for reform. Most of our policies and procedures are, 100 years old, 200 years old. A lot of them were created in colonial times, and they need to be updated because we don't live in colonies anymore, guys. Yeah, basically, most of our policies and procedures, a lot of our laws are archaic at this point. They're outdated. They don't fit us anymore. They don't work for us anymore. So why keep them? I assume the souls are resting and smiling down on us, Lori. So please don't disrespect the dead. Well, there haven't been any kids killed or made homeless here in Louisville, Kentucky, due to the protests. If there were, I guarantee there'd be a memorial for them. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind. We're here in Louisville, Kentucky. We're not in Seattle. We're not in Portland. We're not in Chicago. We're not in Minneapolis. We're not in Atlanta. We're here in Louisville, Kentucky. So I'm here giving commentary on the actions and the protesters here in Louisville, Kentucky. So if you could keep your points to Louisville, Kentucky, I would much appreciate it, because I'm not touching on other cities, because I'm not there in boots on the ground every day. Boop. It is spelled Gerth, I believe, Megan. D, people like to talk about children that are shot in Chicago by other black people, and then lump it all together and blame it on protests, and then say, why aren't there protests for these babies in Chicago? And it's just this whole thing, but it's really just trying to change the topic away from what is happening. It's all just bait and switch is really all it is. I posted on the Riot Heart page earlier today some slides that are a lot of the typical tactics that bigots, racists, things of those nature like to use to try to derail the movement. And then a lot of things are how you can respond to these tactics. So you can go and check that out. 13 years in Louisville, so might as well be. 13 years in Louisville. I also spent a lot of summers here growing up because I had an uncle that lived out here. So yeah, Louisville's my heart. There you go, Megan. No, not you, Tammy. I didn't mean to like your shit. So, Tammy, I don't know where you're getting your information, but nobody wants a world with no laws or rules. No one said that. You're just making assumptions at this point. No, Alex, it won't turn into the Wild West. Defunding the police is not the same as abolishing the police. It's taking money, reallocating it to social services, to housing, to community services that are going to help out more so than the police department. You don't understand the concept defunding. I personally like the word reform more than defund. People say defund and immediately have a negative connotation. But we're really looking to reform the police department just because it's just been hundreds of years of systematic racism coming down on people that don't have any control over it, which is why we see the movements happening every 30, 40 years, which is why we're here today. BLM organizers are not extorting anyone. What happened is there's an area of town called Nulu. It was one of the largest gentrified areas or one of the most well-known gentrified areas in Louisville. A rich investor by the name of Gil Holland came in, bought a bunch of properties, pushed out, raised the rent, and pushed out a bunch of POC in downtown Louisville. Then dumped a bunch of money into it, and now it's a real comfy white hangout. There's been a couple actions in Nulu specifically to the point of the gentrification in Louisville, which has been going on since basically the inception of Louisville. Actually, Vice TV has put out 3 episodes recently digging into the corruption and gentrification in Louisville. But the BLM Louisville presented a list of demands to Nulu businesses. And it's basically things along the line of, make sure that you have 25% POC employees. Make sure that some of the local products that you're picking up are coming from POC business owners. If you're not able to pick up products from black-owned businesses, maybe consider donating 1.5% of your profits to a nonprofit or a charity. It was things of that nature. It was really just ideas and steps to get a conversation started more so than actual demands, if I understand it correctly. But yes, there's a local Cuban restaurant that put their foot down and decided that they will not be quote-unquote extorted, and have put out a couple of responses. They even held a press conference a couple days ago out in front of the restaurant. I live streamed the whole thing. There's also a couple of local news organizations that covered it. But it's not legitimate extortion. It's a list of demands trying to uplift the black community. And again, to my understanding, I don't believe that they're actually like demands. Like we're not about to burn down buildings if they don't do it. It's more like, hey, look at this. This is the type of shit you should be considering whenever you're going through your hiring process.
Simple, not gonna march without a plan.
Not gonna march without a plan.
That's it.
Everybody leaves safe, and they come back safe.
They come back safe.
The only way that the movement will disappear like a cool summer breeze after the election is over is if there is justice served. You can pretend like you know what you're talking about, Jason, but you clearly don't. It's not extortion. I just explained that. You can look up the definition of extortion if you want, but it's not. You are wrong, Bobby. Apologies.
Rye Hart over here giving the benefits of history. Always.
March up! March up! Let's march, let's go!
Bill, keep thinking it, man. Keep thinking it. You probably know better than me, Bill. You're right. I guess you've been down here marching for 69 days, too. My bad. I do not see this going away before election or after election without any justice being served. That's the big thing, and no one's going away until. Hey, Bill, I don't know if you're aware, but this hasn't been 4 or 5 summer marches. This has been 69 days straight of marching in Louisville, Kentucky, multiple marches a day. Further than that, there is 60 plus countries that are protesting in support of justice for Breonna. So, yeah, get out of here with that bullshit, man. This is bigger than just the United States. This doesn't have to do with just the United States election. This has to do with the world. The world is pissed off about this, man. If you can't recognize that, then there's nothing else I can do to try to prove it. 60 plus countries have protests going on in support of Louisville, Kentucky. We shall see, bro. Let that sink in again. 60 plus countries are currently protesting. Does that usually happen every 10 years? 60 plus countries protesting? No, it doesn't happen every 10 years because it's the first time ever. This is currently the largest civil rights movement in recorded world history. Not the United States, world history. It is the largest level of civil unrest that has ever been recorded to date. And you're going to say, oh, it's just going to go away after the elections. It's fine. It might go away after the elections here in the United States. Sure, you'll be right. But do you think the rest of those countries are going to be like, it's cool? Bill, it's not a few people. It's not a few people. Again, it's the largest civil unrest in recorded history. Do you understand the magnitude of that? No, Jason. I'm not looking for a paycheck. And it's funny that you go straight there, because all of you that come in here and try to shit on this live stream, you all have the same 5 talking points because you got them all off the same memes. Do some real education, do some real reading, find out some of the facts, come back and talk to me. Stop getting your information off of memes. If you didn't get your information off of memes, then I'd imagine some of y'all would have some more talking points other than the same 5. It was leaked. That information is now public. Paul, people are saying it'll go after the election because it's all created by higher powers to create social unrest so that we can flip-flop and this and that and oh my god and yeah. So they're saying it happens before every election. Yeah, 60 plus countries worldwide apparently protest in support of Louisville, Kentucky every 10 years is what this guy is saying. COVID is absolutely a concern, which is why people are wearing masks. That's why we got people out here wearing masks. That's why we got people out here using hand sanitizer. Yeah, it's absolutely a concern. It's in the back of all of our minds. We're considering it the whole time we're doing this. No, Ruby, it's not sealed though. It's leaked. It's out. That information's out. You're incorrect, but that's okay. The trolls are always out, you know that. Alright, let's see, some of the talking points. Go get a job. What about the babies in Chicago? Guess COVID's not real. That's 3. Oh, this is going away before or after election, that's 4.
There's been a lot of BS down here. I'll even say it. A lot of BS.
Yeah, Scott Lee. Tell them to learn their history. They should.
I don't care who you with. At the end of the day, we got to stick together and not be tough.
Oh, get out of the road. That's another one. Get out of the road, go home. I'm going to put those two lumped together. There you go. There's the 5 talking points. Get out of the road. Oh, you're terrorists. That's a 6th one. That's a 6th one. You're all terrorists. That's another one. Yeah. So I guess there's 6 talking points. My bad.
Yeah, get ready to move. Hey, let's roll.
Boop. Scott Lee, would you like to elaborate, or would you like to let us know the history of Sparta, Tennessee? Because I'm currently live streaming and can't read articles. What's the history of Sparta, Tennessee there? Warren, your question doesn't make any sense. Do you want to rephrase it? Because the body cam footage supports pretty much everything for the movement.
Everybody repeat after me.
Nope. Paul, you don't get it. It's fine. If these people make you sad, stop watching. You don't have to sit here and watch it if this video makes you so uncomfortable. So why are you here? You can watch whatever you want, but you decide to come and watch this just so you can spout your ignorant bullshit all over it. What are we eating? What are we eating? I want to eat too. Yeet. Yeet. Nah, Lisa, you're wrong. So what you're telling me is that someone who didn't commit a crime trying to resist arrest deserves to die is basically what you're trying to say. Can you think about that? In the last 69 days, 50 plus? No, I'd say 150 plus. I'm doing like 3-4 marches a day sometimes. Boop. It's ignorant BS because that's what it is. It's people speaking out of ignorance.
No peace, no justice, no peace.
everybody is high, Greg, but I definitely am.
No peace. No peace. Asleep. No peace. Asleep.
No, Billy, that is incorrect. He actually died from asphyxiation, not the drugs in the system. That has been proven by the autopsy. You are incorrect. Chris, you're entitled to your opinion, but I respectfully disagree. No, because it's actually ignorant. That's what I'm saying. They're actually speaking out of ignorance because they don't know the information. They don't know the facts. It's not because it's different than my opinion. It's because it's out of ignorance. They don't know. They don't know the facts. That's why I try to repost articles as much as I can so people will read more and understand. I believe you meant your Y-O-U-R-E. Cherish. Learn how to spell. See you later. Rob, what black Volkswagen? I'm not sure what you're referring to.
The murder happened. I am getting one to finish cooking her. So listen up. The night the murder happened, why did they investigate Kenny?
Boop.
Wow, this man was devastated.
Yeah, sorry, Rob. I'm still not sure what you're referring to. Apologies.
His girlfriend, he had the nerve to even say anything about the case at that moment. And this is another fact. They didn't investigate the police until 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later. Out of that 2 weeks, Kenny was still locked up. Then, you know how friends deal with friends. If you work with me, you're my friend. And you're sworn in. The cops investigated the cops. So that's friends investigating friends.
No, there's been a lot of shit that's changed here in Louisville due to the protests in the last 69 days. The protests that have also spawned around the United States have made changes locally in their area. Like I said earlier, Seattle has already defunded. Minneapolis is defunded, is pushing for abolishment. New York City apparently recently announced that they're going to be defunding. St. Petersburg, Florida is defunding. Louisville keeps playing with the idea. So yeah, a lot's being accomplished in the last 69 days, but not enough. So we're going to keep going.
Every piece. Because I'm not going to save you if I don't know you.
Oh,
Police
hey,
department.
Mark Savage,
like brothers
guess what?
and sisters.
You don't understand what boot means, but you're going to get it now. Boop.
So they stick together. So, that is a good idea. When it comes to any investigation, according to police, it needs to be investigated by a third party, the FBI, the CIA, me. I don't give a fuck. As long as it's not that same person in the police department. Because they're going to ride for each other. They're going to lie for each other.
Terry,
and they're going to die for
you
each
clearly
other.
missed the part of that video where one gentleman asked if we should move George Floyd, and the guy said, "No, he's going to stay right here on the ground where he is." He was also saying that he couldn't breathe, and then passed out. They asphyxiated him to the point that he passed out, and then he died later at the hospital. And that was actually shown in the body cam footage as well. So you can go ahead and talk about the quote-unquote resist, but he was not proven to have committed a crime at that moment. He still hasn't been proven to have committed a crime in that moment, and is now dead for not committing a crime. Oh, if they just didn't break the law. Oh. That's the problem, is that a lot of the people that are dead, that are having their names screamed, we're not breaking the law. Let me repeat that again. We're not breaking the law. Wait, 1/3 time. Not breaking the fucking law. And died at police hands for not committing a crime. Judge, jury, executioner. That's not acceptable. So Terry, are you saying that anyone that resists arrest deserves to be killed by the hands of law enforcement? Is that the point you're trying to make? Can you explain your point? Or are you just here trying to spout ignorant bullshit because there's black people on a live feed and it bothers you? We didn't protest till Floyd because the Breonna Taylor case was swept under the rug by the previous police chief and our current mayor. That information is coming out slowly and surely. But yeah, it was all swept under the rug until George Floyd. And then some information came out about Breonna Taylor recently after, and it created a spark. No, Terry, you're incorrect.
Y'all ain't got the right to record. Let me stop the cameras while they
See, there it is. Children in Chicago. It's one of the 5 talking points. Well, Dorothy, I don't pray, so I'm not going to be praying for anybody. Just a heads up there. Everybody's down here. Everybody's right here. You're seeing them on the screen. This is in Louisville, Kentucky. It says right down there on that bottom comment that's pinned. It's there so that you don't have to ask me that question and I don't have to say it 150 times. So yeah, if you just want to read, it's right there. Louisville, Kentucky.
fuck these racist police. No peace. Fuck these racist police. No peace. Fuck these racist police.
You're right. Police brutality is absolutely ridiculous, J.C. Walt. Police brutality is 110% ridiculous, which is why we're marching. Thank you for agreeing.
We're gonna do what I did a couple weeks ago. Y'all saying RIP, okay? Y'all just saying RIP. I'm gonna say something. Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. David McAtee.
times. I just found out about rope.net the other day and still haven't checked it out, but it sounds incredible.
Malcolm Williams, Sean Brooks, David McAfee, Breonna Taylor,
All right, Dave, rope it back. Come on, bring it in, Dave.
Everybody stop right here. Everybody stop right here.
Freeway or hit the freeway. A lot of people care about what I say. In fact, I got 300 people here, average about 100,000 views a week. So it seems like there's a decent amount of people that care what I say. In fact, it seems like you care what I say because you feel the need to come in here and try to rebuttal anything that I am saying. So if nobody cared what I was saying, I would assume that you wouldn't even be here.
Listen up. Listen up.
Nope. D, you were incorrect. She did not sell drugs at her apartment with her boyfriend. She had an ex-boyfriend who was a drug dealer who they were looking for. They put the wrong address on the warrant. They had already apprehended the person they were looking for a couple hours prior to kicking in the door of Breonna Taylor. Yeah, so your facts are not correct. Just so you know, you should dig deeper, find the real facts.
Oh. 18 and up. If you're 18 and up, raise your hand. 18 and up, raise your hand. No, sir. 18 and up, please raise your hand right quick. Everybody, if y'all with the mic, raise your hands up. 18 and up. And everybody look around. Look around. Look all around. That's everybody's voice. That's everybody's opinion. Just right here in the circle with us. If y'all know what I'm saying, basically, vote. Vote. Vote.
Yeah, there was another D in here, D. Kearns.
If we don't go, vote. And that's fact.
Well, if you're looking for a fake
Vote for the
movement,
independent party, Brock Pierce.
Hold on,
if you're looking for a fake movement, you should be looking elsewhere.
All across the world. All across the world. And I still don't hear people say, go vote. But that's the only way to make change. Do you understand that? Only way to make change is go vote. Because everything else is being the same. Everything. Except for two things. It is 2020. 2020.
Mark, I'm going to touch on something that you just said about at this point, don't need to speculate the facts, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Truth is, I might have some more facts than you do because I've been doing some digging and I've been talking to a lot of people. It's not anything that I am willing to say on camera or allowed to say on camera, but yeah.
So, please, I seen a lot of hands up. Go vote, all right?
See, now this is another beautiful moment. Constantly preaching, wear your masks. Sanitize your hands.
You have to remember that. Breonna Taylor was a DNC.
Come on, get out of the way.
Let him do it. Let him do it. That
And we moved, got out of the way, let the ambulance go through. We usually do it way faster. That one was a little bit slow. Usually we're right out of the way, but someone had to get back in their vehicle and start it up, so it took a second. You know, it's okay. They went through. They had to wait for about 25 more seconds.
Say something, anybody? Anybody? Mike check!
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 7-year-old Natalie Wallace, 3-year-old Becky James, 14-year-old Fernando Jones Jr., 13-year-old Amari Jones, 10-year-old Lennon Nunez, 1-year-old Sincere Gaston. Anytime people post their names, I always read them out loud. I don't keep the list on me, but if anybody ever posts them, I always repeat. I repeat the names out loud.
Back up!
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate your support. I got some gentlemen on some motorcycles that were trying to get through. One of them rolled up in the center, had some choice words. But looks like they are rolling on. This happens on occasion. We've had a couple of protesters that were struck by vehicles, but not to the extent of a lot of other cities. BLM has not been hijacked, just so you know. Still fighting for social justice, which was the entire idea behind Black Lives Matter from the beginning. We're going to block traffic. That's kind of the part of the protest. Stephen posted an article the day after Impact was here. Negligent discharge, accidental discharge. It happens quite frequently in law enforcement, way more than you would think. It even happens in our military. All these people that are professionally trained with firearms, yeah, it happens. It's just it's part of the job, you know. That was unmarked officer. Unmarked officer that was allowed to pass through. So we have now let an ambulance and a law enforcement officer through. So, you know, we can be talked to.
Yo, pussy ass outer! The fuck out whore! The fuck out whore!
Well, Patty, you can protest the way you protest. We'll protest the way that everyone else protests. We'll keep going the way we're going right now.
I'ma smack the door!
Just so you know. Oh, wait, come down to where? Where are we supposed to come down to? Oh, it's Julie. Never mind. Yeah, the state is open carry. Actually, the concealed carry laws were completely relaxed like 3 years ago. You can be 21, walk into a gun store, purchase the pistol with rounds, put it in your back belt, and walk out in Kentucky, and it's totally legal. I don't support that. We definitely need gun reform here too. I like firearms. I own a couple, but that's a little too laxed. That's true, yeah. If anybody needs us out of the road, you can come down here and try. Yeah, definitely playing some ball there, James. You get it. I am. I'm actually from a smaller town in Kentucky, not even from Louisville. I did work 5 years in a call center that took calls from all around the United States. I kind of got rid of my twang for the most part when I worked there, just because people hear twang over the phone, especially if they're up from north. They're just going to assume that you're ignorant. So yeah, I had to change my my verbiage, my lingo, the way I speak a little bit, just to make phone calls a little bit easier. But born and raised in Kentucky, Louisville for the last 13 years. Because disturbing people with protest is the purpose of protest. It's about civil disobedience. It's about interrupting the peaceful norm. That is protest. That is what protest means.
Freaking educated.
Try it. Nope, there has been literally no extortion. Zero extortion. You should look up the definition of extortion if you believe that there has been any. Yeah, Kathy, I get all the negativity in my live stream. It's the craziest thing. No, protests have definitely been seen, but they clearly haven't been heard yet. Once we get justice, once we get reform, once we get the positive changes we need, then we will have been heard. Someone said Portland was playing basketball last night. Yeah, there's a basketball goal. There's actually a basketball goal in Injustice Park too. We got hoops. Patty, I don't think you'll ever get it, and that's okay. All I can do is try to educate. Some people will never understand. That's it. You know, it is what it is. Excuse me.
Oh, you know what time. First time. Oh, you know what time. Next time. Next time.
one dog. I think there's a dog in the march. So yeah, there is an animal here. You're right. Jonna, I think people don't have anything better to do than come here and watch this and get upset about it and work themselves up into a frenzy over, over people trying to stand up, practice their First Amendment right. Also, I think it's a lot of white people that have been on top their entire lives, and now they're starting to realize that maybe they won't be on top for much longer, that we might balance some of this shit out, so they're scared. I'm an old punk. I'm not quite a young punk anymore. Well, Eric, I'm sorry that you've never been on top. That's unfortunate, bud. But white people as a whole have. You are included in that, even if you haven't necessarily seen so much of it, so much of the privilege that others have. But you do get to walk around as a white man every day. Frank, you've said natives are restless like 3 times now. Can you elaborate? Chance. Unfortunately, that's not truly the case. LMPD does not matter. Important that the white allies stand up with, the black community. So I don't understand why it's funny that there's white people that march with black people. How many white people do you see in this shot right here? Can you do that count for me real quick? And then reiterate your stupid point. currently protests going on in countless cities in the United States. Further than that, there are protests that are supporting Louisville, Kentucky, supporting justice for Breonna Taylor in over 60 countries worldwide. Not even multiple cities in the United States, over 60 countries worldwide. There are protests going on in support of Louisville, Kentucky, and justice for Breonna. In over 60 countries, I'll say that one more time, over 60 countries, there are places with protesters that are shouting Breonna Taylor's name. Maybe not a lot of people here, but you must have just missed the part where I said there's over 60 countries currently protesting in support of the people here. So yeah, there might not be a lot of people here, but it's worldwide. I don't know, it's crazy. Yeah, there's been protests in England or in the UK. There's been protests in Ireland, Middle East, all over Europe. Of course, Asia. A lot of Asian countries are down to protest pretty much any time, and they know how to protest. It's impressive. No, we actually let 3 ambulances through already. We're not blocking any emergency traffic. We've already let an ambulance through 3 times. Yeah, Peter, I can name Joseph Jackson, we'll say Melissa, we'll say Dante, we'll say Miguel. I bet there's 5 people in other countries by those names that are protesting. I almost guarantee it. Because it's worldwide. I'm gonna say that again, worldwide. Worldwide. Sorry, worldwide. Most of them have not been put. No, that's not accurate. Most of them are still going strong as hell, and there's a bunch of cities that are starting to protest now. You need to check your facts there, girlie. Right, to a lot of racist white people, equality equates to a civil war, which is why white people like to go to race war and civil war. They're the only ones that ever bring it up. Everybody out here in protest, they don't want war, they just want equality. What you have to understand is there's a difference between the official BLM organization and the BLM movement. The BLM movement is way bigger than the BLM organization. The BLM movement doesn't necessarily go hand in hand with the BLM organization. Not all the time. Sometimes they work together, sometimes they don't. But the BLM movement is way bigger than the BLM organization. The BLM movement is way bigger than the BLM organization. The BLM movement doesn't necessarily go hand in hand with the BLM organization. Not all the time. Sometimes they work together, sometimes they don't. organization and their history and their founder and where their money goes. That has absolutely nothing to do with these people right here in front of me that I am following in the march. So, you know, just understand the difference.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
BLM does not mean Antifa per se. They do overlap a little bit. Neither are terrorist organizations. In fact, if you don't support Antifa, that means you support fascism, because Antifa stands for anti-fascist. It's a movement that's been around since before World War I. It started in France, if I'm not mistaken. It definitely started in Europe. But yeah, it was literally just to fight the fascism that was trying to sweep sweep Europe twice trying to sweep Europe. And now we got fascists trying to sweep the United States. So we got our own Antifa coming out for the first time. Yep. People are stupid.
No, we're boarding.
Hey, somebody wants to tell you the bathroom. Hold on.
Yeah, Pamela, I've addressed that question 3 times now. I'm not going to do it again, sorry. I've got a bunch of articles up on the Right Heart page if you want to go back and review them. Mark, that is not correct. He did not hold a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach. He was there when that incident happened with 2 other individuals. He was part of the burglary that happened, but no, the whole gun to the belly thing is a complete myth. In fact, the woman was not pregnant. The picture that you've likely seen of the woman that was abused by George Floyd is not even the accurate picture of the woman that was involved in the incident. It is a woman that was beaten in over in Latin America or some shit, and somehow was attached to the George Floyd case by memes and the internet. But yeah, George Floyd never held a gun to any woman's belly or any woman's stomach. In fact, the woman that was involved in the incident was not pregnant. Further than that, he never played a hand on her. He was just involved in part of the burglary, which is a non-violent crime. The body camera is out. He was a criminal in what light? In resisting arrest because he had not committed a crime? He didn't commit a crime. Law enforcement thought he did. Pulled him over. Tried to drag him out of his vehicle even though he had committed no crime. At that moment, he was like, "Why are you getting me out of my car?" So they drug him out, put him in cuffs, and they put a knee on his neck, and now he's dead. So basically, you're telling me he's a criminal because he resisted arrest, and because he resisted arrest, he deserved to die. Is that what you're saying? Is that the ignorant ass shit that you're trying to tell me right now? That everyone that resists arrest deserves to die? Is that your viewpoint? He had not. He had not. They suspected that he had committed a crime. Amy, I'm sorry. What pictures are you referring to? Because everything I just said about George Floyd is 110% accurate, and you can find that information. So send me those pictures, please. Prove me fucking wrong, because you can't. Well, Carrot, because why the fuck would we go and protest in the mountains of Kentucky when we're trying to make change in our hometown? Why would we come to your podunk little town? No one even wants to go there. Why are you so self-absorbed to think that someone would come out in the middle of fucking ass fuck Kentucky to accost you? So did he deserve to die because he was on fentanyl? Is that what you're saying? Like, could you tell me why George Floyd deserved to die? Anyone that's saying he's a criminal, can you tell me why he deserved to die? Why did he deserve to die? Why is he dead right now? Y'all's ignorance makes me feel bad sometimes. To me, everyone that is trying to put others in a bad light that have died at the hands of law enforcement unjustly, trying to dig up dirt, try to put bad light on them to justify the atrocious actions by law enforcement. Oh, well, he was a criminal, so it's okay that he's dead. That's exactly what people are saying. They may not outright be saying that he deserved to die, but by saying, oh, he's a criminal, that's why he got what he got, you're saying that he deserved to die. And that's fucked up. Dana, no, fuck you. Alright guys, I'm gonna calm down. I'm sliding these comments over. I am not looking at them. Jesus Christ. I think I'm getting hangry. I haven't really eaten today. Stepping over onto the sidewalk to smoke a cigarette. Again, I don't smoke in crowds because I'm a good person. I care about other people. Unlike a lot of dipshits in this thread. Alright guys, bottom line, if there's something here that you see that you don't like, you are free to fuck off. You're free to go do whatever you want. You don't have to be here and remain angry. Get a life, get a job, get a hobby. I don't care what you do. But if you're just here to spout bigotry and hatred, if you're just here to get upset because I got black people on film, you're not welcome. Go find something else to do. I assume everyone in here commenting anything negative doesn't have a job because you got all the time in the world to come and comment negative on all of my live streams. So y'all need to go get a job. Yes, you're right. Law enforcement is terroristic. You are correct, James. comes. Boop. Okay, we got another one. Boop. Lost jobs because of you, bigot. Was BLM ruining Elville? What? Boop. Learn how to make a sentence if you're gonna try to troll. Can you at least do that? Can y'all learn how to like spell and how to structure a sentence grammatically correct? If you're gonna come in here and try to make fun of me. I mean, you can come in and try to make fun of me, at least do it educated. You're showing your ignorance with even just not even being able to spell. Boop. Oh, hey guys. And boop. Hey guys, guess what? Boop. There are small children here because I don't know if you realize this, but it's roughly every 30 to 50 years we have a civil rights movement here in the United States. Last one was in the 60s, predominantly. So yeah, a lot of people that are in this community feel that they got to have their kids out here so they can learn about it at this young of an age, because they're going to be doing it again in 30 years. Because we still might not see proper change. Boop. All right, we don't need all these Facebook caricatures. They just take up room in the comments. Please stop. Thank you, though. Funerals and weddings are limited to 10 people. Tell me why our Kentucky Attorney General had 150 people in attendance at his wedding last Friday with no masks on. Why don't you go bitch at the Kentucky Attorney General? You're an idiot. Wait, I see a brother. Are you kidding me? Like, I see six white people, and 2 of them are live streamers, and you're like, oh, I just saw a brother. Hey, saying brother is fucking backwards in and of itself. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here. No, Donnie, there's been a lot accomplished. There's actually been a whole lot accomplished. You should do some more research instead of being an ignorant piece of shit. Oh, homophobic and racist. Look at that. Homophobic and racist. You know what? I bet you're sexist too. We call that the douchebag trifecta. There's no shots fired with protesters. We are 4 blocks from 2nd and Broadway. There's nothing. I'll show you how big mad I am. Boop. Hey guys, I don't know if you know this, but boop lives matter. Boop. Oh, Jesus, no. Chandra, no. Defunding is not abolishing, it is reforming. It is taking away some of the phones and putting it back into social structures so that it can actually help the community instead of over-policing. So get your facts straight before you come in here with bullshit. Yep, always got to train a car to protect the foot traffic.
I love being black. I said 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 I love being black.
We are indeed running through red lights. That is the nature of protest. Figure it out, bud. I will not blow you. Thanks for the offer though, bud. I bet you have a real impressive penis.
I said I love being black. I said I love being black. I said I love being black. I love the color of my skin. I love the color of my skin.
I'm sorry, what do you mean by nuanced protest slogans? I appreciate all the people coming in here and sharing this live stream before they get booped. Thanks, guys. Again, if you don't like what you're saying, it is a free country. You can go on somewhere else. Because I can tell you one thing, I don't give a shit about your opinion.
Y'all say what? Free! 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 When I say free, y'all say what? Free! 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 When I say free, y'all say what?
God, so many boops tonight. I'm just gonna boop boop everyone. Boop them all and let God sort them out. I don't know what you're saying there, but it seems like fat shaming, so I'm gonna go ahead and boop it.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No righteousness!
said, boop me. I don't give a fuck. So I was like, all right, boop. Renee, I'm just going to straight up say, you're wrong. You are not correct. There's been a lot of changes that already happened from the protests, not just in Louisville, but nationwide. You should do a little more research because you don't know what you're talking about. And I will go ahead and preface that I'm not usually this aggressive on my live streams, but you know what? I guess I'm on one tonight. That'll happen whenever you're surrounded by 10,000 people saying racist, bigoted bullshit on your live streams every time you go live. Eventually it gets tiresome. Again, I don't give a shit about your opinions, so y'all can keep them to yourselves if you want. That'd be tight. Yep, Renee, I am also talking about real change. Do some more research, honey. The silent majority is currently rising up, Jennifer. Figure it out. Hey, guess what, Ed? I got a big old boot for you. These comments are just rolling in too fast. I can't get all the boots. We're not coming to Philadelphia because we are in Louisville, Kentucky, where we live, trying to make the changes locally, just like you should in Philadelphia. I guess maybe if we get the changes we need in Louisville, maybe we'll roll out to another place. But I don't think that makes much sense because I live in Louisville and I want to see the changes here first. So just a general reminder, this is Louisville, Kentucky. This is not Portland. This is not Seattle. This is not Minneapolis. This is not Atlanta. This is Louisville, Kentucky, where we have had 69 days of protest, 67, well, was 67 days of peaceful protest. There was a small fire a couple of nights ago. The small fire was started by some teenage kids that come out after dark and hang out, cause a little ruckus. They're not even necessarily protesters. They're just kind of hang-arounds that come out after dark. You know, they're never down in the square. They're never marching. Dan, that's an ignorant question. Thank you for it, though. Qualified immunity is something I haven't really touched on my live streams much, but it is one of the biggest issues that leads into the broken system. This is in fact not political. This is about human rights. This is about civil rights. This is about social justice. This is about right versus wrong. This is about good versus evil. This is about caring about people. Fuck politics. Fuck Republicans, fuck Democrats, fuck the bipartisan system. The bipartisan system has been broke for a long time. It does no good for any of us. Republicans and Democrats are the same thing. They are cut from the same cloth. They are the same individuals that are selfishly looking out for themselves and not actually looking out for the people. The system is broken, everyone, and it's time to reform. Thank you for you have a video of those kids setting fires, not adults. I don't know what you're talking about. I was there. I witnessed it. My phone was dead because I had already gotten footage of 3 other events in that day. Forgot my phone charger. But I witnessed it all. I was there. If you don't like my commentary, you can politely go fuck yourself. You don't have to be here. You can go on somewhere else. You can live your life not here on my live stream. It's crazy, I know. I am not a reporter, for the record. I'm a music promoter, I'm an event planner. That's my trade, that's my day job. I come out here and I march and I live stream for free. I am not a reporter by any means. If anything, the term that I've heard that I like is a witness journalist. I witness and I capture, that's it. Don't call me a reporter, that's an insult. Jim, you are a human piece of garbage. Have a nice life. Anybody in here that feels like it's okay to run over pedestrians that are in the streets, you're not welcome. You're violent. You are a violent person. You are a sad person. No, Christine, I cannot give you a quick and dirty recap on what is going on here because we are 69 days deep. We are something like 130 days deep when it comes to the day that Breonna was shot. That's just too much. That's too much for me to try to like recap for you right here, right now. What I can tell you is you can go to the Right Heart page. There's tons of articles that are relating to it. Further than that, you can just Google Breonna Taylor and do all the research yourself. But we are here in protest for justice for Breonna. Breonna Taylor. Say her name. Nope. Bob, I'm going to say this slowly and clearly, so hopefully you can understand it, okay? ACAB. All cops are bastards. 13-12. Okay? You understand that concept. You've heard it plenty of times. I do not support indefinitely the thought that all cops are bastards. I do not feel that way. The way I do feel is that if there are good cops, why the fuck aren't they standing up? Why aren't they reporting the bad cops? Why aren't they keeping the bad cops from being able to keep their jobs? They stand there silent behind their brothers in blue and allow atrocities to happen. Therefore, until we see some reform, until we see some actual change, I'm going to keep saying all cops are bastards. Because if you're not willing to stand up with the people, you're a bastard. civil about any of this. This is the definition of civil disobedience. The day we start burning shit down, that's whenever it's no longer civil. BLM is not communist. That is a falsehood. Boop. Hey, Devin, I see you there. Where you at, man? Get your ass down here. Yep, blocking the road. It's called protest. Look it up. It's been around for a real long time. In fact, the United States wouldn't exist if protests didn't happen. So, you know, it's whatever. If you come in here and immediately start talking about shooting black people, you're not welcome. Just want to let you know. Oh yeah, no, if you don't believe in the United States to a T and that it's always correct and it's always looking out for you, yeah, you're definitely a communist, right? Even though it's all right to be concerned. We're supposed to be concerned about our country. But the moment we are concerned, we're called communists. So we should probably just live blindly. Yep, pew pew on somewhere else. I got enough pew pews for you, bud. Yeah, Devin, I hear you. I took yesterday off too. Get your rest. I'll see you soon. Yeah, boop. Yeah, nah, I mean, the people, again, a lot of people like to come in here and they got like 5 main talking points. You know, go get a job, go home, you're all communists, George Soros is paying you. It's all the same bullshit over and over and over and over. And it's because they're getting this information from pictographs. They're getting it from memes on the internet and from tweets from Trump. And they're just assuming that it's real, it's law. They're not doing any research behind these tweets or behind these memes that they're reading and regurgitating. Oh yeah, of course the bikers are coming. That's one of my favorite ones actually. I'm not friends with anyone directly in any of the 1% clubs here in Louisville, but I got some friends that had ties, and I asked around, and to my knowledge, the 1%ers in Louisville are still fuck the police. I don't know if you know anything about the history about 1% clubs. First and foremost, they don't like the law. So why do you think that they would come out and stand up with police? Ever. In fact, them starting 1% clubs was a form of protest in and of itself. Majority of the 1% clubs that started back in the 60s and 70s were people that were in Vietnam. They were there, they committed horrible things in the name of their country, things they can't forget, things that sometimes call mental problems, PTSD and the like. And then they came back to the United States and they were spit on by their own citizens, by the people that they thought they were going there to protect. So then they started the 1% clubs because they were like, you know what? You're not gonna care about us, we're not gonna care about y'all. Fuck up. So like, tell me the bikers are coming to stand with police ever. Lewis, there's been a lot the protests have accomplished. Go ahead and do that research, look it up. I've explained it 3 times already. Sorry you showed up late. I've got a list posted on the Riot Heart page about all the changes that have happened locally. Further than that, there's at least 5 different PDs in the United States that have already been defunded because of the protests. So there's a start for you. Just because you haven't done any research, don't expect me to answer for you. And is a 1%er and would like to have a conversation with me about what I just said, more than happy to. Let me know I'm wrong. Again, this is just from the information that I've been able to gather from people that are lightly connected. It was kind of the idea that I had previously, but it was, backed up by people that are in the know. Again, if there happens to be a 1%er here that is wasting their time watching this feed, even though they probably don't give a shit about any of it going on, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation. I won't even disclose your name. Like we don't even have to do any of that. Just if I could have some information, that'd be great. I appreciate it.
Hey! If you driving, please. Be careful. Be careful.
No, I would assume that the media doesn't really talk much about law enforcement killing white people because it doesn't get the same ratings. Yeah, the news is awful. I don't know if you know that. Like, instead of actually reporting news, they worry about ratings. So yeah, they make sure to report a lot of like seriously bad, atrocious shit. That way people will watch it, because for some reason people cling to awful, awful, awful things, which is beyond me. Me, I don't gotta worry about any ratings. I'm just a dude with a camera. That's a quote from Jason Downey. He won't even admit to being a witness journalist. He's just a dude with a camera. Hey, boop. Oh, look at that. Boop. No, typically when people get shot, I would call an ambulance first. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Someone's just been shot. They need medical attention. Darvin, no one wants to come to your city, man. Why are you so self-centered and convoluted to think that protesters from Louisville, Kentucky would come wherever the fuck you are and attack you? Like, why would that ever be a thought that would come into your head unless you're self-centered? Oh, they better not come for me. Oh. cops in Louisville. I can promise you that. You should check out the Vice TV episodes that have come out recently. 3 of them digging into the corruption in Louisville Metro government, LMPD, and the gentrification practices in the last 100 years of Louisville. So yeah, do your research, man. Stop looking so ignorant. No, Denise, I've seen the camera footage that came out today, and it's absolutely disgusting. They still murdered a man in the middle of the streets. I don't know, it's crazy. Blake, I am home. I'm home here in Louisville, Kentucky. This is my home. This is my city. These are my streets. Just like everyone else here, we are currently home. You should go home, bud. Go get a job. Go get some hobbies. Go get your Soros check. Nah, liberals has nothing to do with it. A lot of white people in general can't handle the truth, and it seems like you're one of them, Nammy.
No matter what, 69 days, we've been down here together. Together. Half of that, we was getting messed up together. Locked up together. Pepper spray together. Key word, together. Unified. I'm saying this again, I'm not no leader. I'm just somebody that's mad. They've been taking our kids from the beginning of time. I grew up without a father. And I know a lot of y'all grew up without a father. Or a mother. And this system we have to fix it. The education system, we have to fix it. Because everything else is getting fixed. Why not fix those 2 things? Now let's roll. Let's go.
Hey, Ted, who's got the ego? Please tell me. Please tell me you weren't talking about me, because I'm the only person on this live feed that is allowed an ego. Just so you know. Tonight, guys, just booping everybody. Damn it. The hate is very real. The hate is very real, Maya. All these bootlickers. Transportation, that includes anything with wheels, bicycles, motorcycles, cars. In fact, sometimes it includes people. It's including people right now. Serving its purpose beautifully. Like, you guys are allowed to be angry, you're just not allowed to be angry here, is really the bottom line. Because I'm not local news. I'm not local news. I'm a music promoter and I don't give a fuck about your opinions. Because once we finally get justice, I'm gonna go back to booking shows. And your opinions never have mattered.
This is
I've got a high purpose. You can continue to be Republican all you want, Nami, but Democrats and Republicans are all fucked. It's the same party. At this point, it's the same party cut from the same cloth. It's all the same bullshit. Fuck Democrats, fuck Republicans, fuck the bipartisan system. It's two wings on the same shit eagle. It's time for reform. You may believe this is the best country in the world, and it might be the best country in the world, but does that mean that we are not allowed to make it better? Does that mean we should be done fighting? We should be done trying to make it better? We should just let it be as good as it is? This is as good as it gets, is what you're telling me. We're in a business district, so no, there is no noise ordinance. But even if there was, we'd still be loud. We take car caravans out in the neighborhoods all the time, usually rich neighborhoods. We do it after dark, and we do it after the noise ordinance, because that's the nature of protest. That's what we mean by no justice, no peace. We don't mean there's going to be violence in the streets if there's no justice. It means you're not going to get to sleep at night. That's the no peace. That's really it. Like, what are you talking about? No justice, no peace. They are not trained Marxists. You are incorrect. That's okay, though. You're allowed to be incorrect. This is the United States. You have the right to be incorrect. You have the right to be ignorant. You have the right to not educate yourself. So you guys go ahead and keep on practicing your rights. The same 5 questions 100 times in 45 minutes. Jeez, if you do buzzwords, that you'll be drunk in like 20 minutes. If we just do buzzwords instead of just the job. The leader, that's the woman that started BLM. All right, here's the story. The woman that started BLM used to be a eco warrior. So she was the type of people that would, you know, chain themselves to bulldozers so they couldn't demolish a park to build a parking lot. That type of shit. Eco warrior, right? Is a communist. Marxist. Sure, whatever. Actually was picked up on a terrorist charge in her early years, and then several decades later started the Black Lives Matter movement. So I don't, yeah, go ahead, keep go ahead and telling me that, keep telling me shit I know. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I mean, we're all going to bed soon. We all got jobs. You sound like a bigot, just so you know.
Everybody stop! Hey, what's up? What's up?
Facts. I think I'm done with it. Boop.
Everybody stop! We need to pull up like we just was back there.
Jackson is in fact my attorney sometimes, so if anyone's gonna insult him, you're gonna get the boop. You're right. Police department are terrorists. Thank you for understanding, Maryland. Have a nice day. Not truth. That's okay. You can believe it as your truth, though. You have that right. It's the United States. Everyone here has a right to be uneducated and ignorant. So go ahead. Good for you, bud. Debbie, I don't know what you're talking about. There's meetings between protest organizers and city officials at least about once a week at this point. Conversations have already started. A lot of changes have already happened. So, yeah, it's working. We're getting there. We're doing it. We're doing the damn thing. We're making the changes happen that we want to see. So you guys can keep being angry about it, but we're getting what we want. Call us crybabies. Call us whatever you want. We're still getting the change that we want. So, whatever. So it looks like we rolled up just in time for them to announce the park is closed. It was 11 p.m. They started a curfew at this park. This was previously a 24-hour park. They started a curfew here, 11 o'clock. LMPD likes to misquote the law on a pretty regular basis, almost every night in the announcements. They say that all Jefferson County parks close at 11 p.m. That is not true. That is not true. That is in fact not the law. It is from dusk till dawn, so it's usually more around like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the summer, and even way earlier in the winter. Further, there are designated 24-hour parks if the park is not located near a residential area. A lot of times, 24-hour. This one here, Jefferson Square, was 24 until they put the curfew on it to try to keep us from coming down. But here we are still every day. We just make sure to get right outside the park at 11 o'clock. No, Brian, they will not, fool, because all this has already been passed, so.
61 days, huh? We've been holding this down for 65 days.
Hey, Manchester, what's up? Manchester, you ever heard of a band called Above the Underground? Yeah, trolls have no idea how to spell it. It's always the your, Y-O-U-R, when they want to say Y-O-U''R-E. They just never get that one right somehow.
We are back at this park now. If you're over 18 years old, raise your hand. If you're over 18 years old, raise your hand. 18. Everybody, look around there.
No, Debbie, it's totally necessary. That's why we continue to do it.
Only way, check us out.
If it wasn't necessary, we wouldn't be here. That's the deal.
Keep your hands up, 18 and up. Only way to make real change is to vote. All y'all got your hands up, you have to vote to make change. Without change and going voting, we we be back at the same spot.
See, we're hitting it from all
So
sides.
with that being said, listen up.
Hitting it from all sides. We're hitting it with local officials. We're hitting it with state officials. We're making sure everyone's going to rock the vote. And we're doing the protest every day. Hitting it from every angle we possibly can to get the change that we need.
I don't care who you with. If you can vote, we're going to do this shit together.
There was about a 4-week span before the primaries, the Democratic primaries here, where there was a voting booth, a voting registration booth set up with a mobile uplink so people could come and use the laptops, civil laptops in the booth to go ahead and register.
I said we can march and go vote together. And fellas can vote too now. So there's no excuses. There's no excuses. There's no.
I'm gonna go. I just got some intel. I'm gonna go check something else out. So that was not Chris Will, it was another Chris. There's 2 or 3 Chris's that organized late night. But he was speaking to the effect of everyone needs to vote. He said everyone, he's done this twice. He did it halfway through the march and he did it just now. Everyone that is 18, raise your hand. Everybody is 18, raises their hand. Anyone over 18, raise your hand. Everybody raises their hand. Voting is important. You need to vote. You need to register. You need to make sure to vote. So again, we're trying to hit this from all angles. Because that's the way you make real change happen. You can't just march in the streets. We're not just marching in the streets. It's not just civil disobedience. The civil disobedience is part of it, though. All right, so essentially what just happened, they had someone come up and mention, hey, they're mobilizing and point down Jefferson. And I was like, you serious? He said, yep, look. So basically, got that group down there at the park. Not even in the park, on the sidewalk. Just got done with their march. And we've got at least 20 law enforcement vehicles here about 2 blocks down for some reason. Several unmarked, a lot of marked. They are actually taking up 2 lanes of traffic. So they can complain about us blocking the street all they want, but they love to do it anytime they can. I don't know, man. It's kind of what it looks like. I have not seen this happen before. I haven't seen them down here like this. So yeah, I just wanted to come down and show that to you. Nothing's happened. As far as I know, last night was peaceful. 2 nights ago, there was a fire. They let that shit burn for an hour and a half before riot gear came out to escort the fire department. So how much can they really care about their city if they're willing to let a fire burn for an hour and a half before even showing their faces? Oh yeah, dude. There's at least 30, maybe 40.
30 police cars.
They got 2 lines of 10 taking up 2 rows, like blocking a lane, and then on the other side there's about like 10 more.
Oh, they're big mad. Oh, okay. So yeah, confirmed. Yeah, he just checked out. It's 100% down.
So yeah, there's like 20 marked and like 10 unmarked. There's at least 30 cops down there. Did you get anything on your comments about a shooting at 2nd and Broadway while we were marching?
People said in the comments, but it didn't happen because we.
How many police is down there?
About
like
30
cars.
Yeah. There was a couple of racist knuckleheads that came up in the park drunk earlier today and caused a problem. Apparently accidentally spit on somebody, and it came to some type of confrontation.
I don't even like talking on this situation. But when it comes down to discrimination, he gave discriminated against the Grayson, Ohio. And Grayson, Kentucky. I got punched something because I took off for somebody. And the discrimination was because we standing up that we fight for Black Lives Matter.
We out here. Go
We
vote.
need
We
people,
gonna march
y'all
to
not
the
going out here Sunday. Grayson at 2 o'clock, Grayson, Kentucky, 2 o'clock. We will be in Kentucky. And Grayson, we need people to show up. We need people to show up. Grayson, Kentucky. Grayson, Kentucky, we need people to show up. Because that is one of the most racist people out there. And I've been doing this for 11 years. And I die for this.
You said Grayson, Kentucky?
Grayson, Kentucky. I die for this. I will literally die for this, fighting for what's right.
Sound good.
My brother D wanted to speak for me, man. It's only hand about to him, because he's the organizer of Grayson, Kentucky.
What up, Jamie? How you doing, bud? Big Bad.
Please step aside for a screening.
It's probably the metal wire in my bra.
At the end of the day, we're going to show up and show out. We're going to march to the polls. Don't do no mail-in ballots. We marching to the polls, and we're not going to get there at 5 o'clock.
Someone said go ask them if they seen your dog.
So we're going to get out there early. Everybody go vote. We need to go vote. Because we're not out here for no reason.
Excuse
We
me,
need
sir,
to
can I
vote
ask you a
45
question?
So we're going to march to the polls. Every vote counts. And we're going to show up and show out in person. Coronavirus. Put a mask on. If you don't have one, we're going to provide one for you. Peace and love and blessing. And we out.
Oh my God.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, this isn't downtown Louisville. It's Jefferson Square Park. It has been lovingly renamed Injustice Park or Breonna Taylor Park by the people. It's on the corner of 6th and Jefferson. Or they're either about to circle up or they actually rolled out. But yeah, no, they're not down there anymore. Holy shit. Yeah, look. They've been acting weird the last few days. I'm gonna be serious. Again, letting that fire burn for like an hour and a half before any police officers showed up, before even the fire department showed up, and then staging 30 deep 2 blocks up and then just rolling out. Like, LMPD has been acting very, very strange lately, and that kind of troubles me.
They yell at him, they spit on him.
I would say to go so far as to call a bunch of little kids trash is mean. There was a bunch of like teenagers that ended up burning some trash cans. I wouldn't necessarily call them trash. They're kids. They're teenagers. And again, they're not ever usually here during the day. They're usually here more late at night, and they come out and they get rowdy and they whoop whoop. You know, they might technically be protesters, but they're not the main protesters. You know. Yo, they're gone.
Cops, yeah.
They already rolled out.
I guess they got bored. I just looked back down there and a lot of cars.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah, like, I was just telling people here, I'm so confused by LMPD the last few days because they let that fire burn for an hour and a half before they even showed up. And then that shit, like what's the game? What are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is it just like, is it a scare tactic? Is it just making sure that we walked all the way back to the park? Like, I don't know.
They were making sure we got safely back to the park. That's what it was. Nah, it looks like LMPD already rolled out. There was about 30 of them down there. I went and took a picture, got some video. Walked back up here, turned around, and they were already gone. Nah, I don't think we need any security. I think we're good. What up, Tara? How you doing? Glad to have you here. The cover charge to this dance festival is not being racist. You just have to not be racist, and then you can come down here to this dance festival. Ernie Peck. Good point. Thank you, sir. I should do a quick lap and check all the normal blockade areas and check all the normal staging areas just to be safe. I should not get comfortable just because the 30 LMPD officers rolled off. So yeah, he said up north on 6th, doing so. They usually block down there on Main and 6th to block up. They use this lot between 6th and 7th on Main as well. It's actually police parking, at least on the other half of the parking lot, because the LMPD headquarters is just a block over that way. So, you know, usually we would see police cars and some civilian cars parked here where they would go and gear up, but there's not really any. There's not the blockade. Here comes a black car. Nah, I got a headlight out, so hopefully it's probably not a cop. I was like, here comes a black car, could be unmarked, but we'll see. There's about 4 or 5 locations within maybe like a 6 to 8 block diameter, not radius, diameter, the whole circle. About an 8 block diameter. There's about 4 or 5 different locations the police typically use to stage if they are coming out in riot gear. That's one of the most common. The other one's about 3 blocks west from here. It's like 8th and Jeff, or 8th and Liberty. But I don't really see any action going on down there either. I mean, there's not really necessarily much that happened today that would necessitate riot gear. There was an incident in the park earlier today. I have very light details on it. A couple racist knuckleheads rolled into the park earlier and were drunk and decided they wanted to be tough. And apparently there was an altercation, but I don't really have all the details on the altercation. We just finished. I just finished my 3rd march for the day. I am not marching anymore now. No, Tammy. Fire is typically not peaceful. I touched on this earlier. A lot of the people that are usually out here after like midnight or so tend to be teenagers. And they like to hang out on the Hall of Justice, and sometimes they get a little rowdy and do some stupid stuff. But those aren't the regular protesters. Those are the people that are out here marching, you know? Like, most of those kids aren't out here right now. They're going to be here later. Like, so all you out there saying, let the kids be kids, while I was in the kids march earlier, like, why don't we just let them kids be kids? Nah, they shouldn't be burning trash cans, probably, but it's not the protesters doing it. Tara has been down here a lot. Love her. Pamela, good for you. I'm glad that you know a cop that hasn't had to shoot anybody. Unfortunately, that's not the case for most of them, especially here in Louisville, Kentucky. The crime rate in Louisville, Kentucky is actually pretty high, which is why part of it is, you know, let's try something different. Clearly, over-policing and huge budgets isn't working because it's not fixing the crime, so, like, why not try something else? No, Kenneth, I don't know why you would even consider using a baby as a shield. You need to go see a therapist or something, man. Boop. Oh my God. Okay, Tammy, bye. Boop. Right, so we need to figure out, Sean, I love your point. We need to figure out a way to get rid of those bad cops. How do we do that? We ask the good cops to rat them out. That's not working, the thin blue line. So, now what do we do to get rid of the bad cops? What do you suggest? Anyone against defunding or reforming? What is your suggestion?
They're down there suiting up right now.
They suiting up?
Yeah, I just walked them down. They suiting up.
I'm gonna go check it. Thank you. All right, so I said I didn't see any action down on 9th. Or down on 8th and Jefferson, but turns out they just hiding. I just had a dude say he walked up from here. He just walked here from you know, down here on the west. And he walked by and they're suiting up. So he's gonna He's going to relay that to the rest of the protesters, and I'm going to go check them out. Yeah, I don't understand the people that come on here and see kids out here and see babies and immediately assume they're shields. Why would your mind go there? Why would you ever think about using a baby as a shield? I've never done that. I've never thought of that before until people started bringing it up. No, Tim, the protests are still going. Alive and strong, vibrant, beautiful every day. Even though there has been a ton of changes that have already been made, you need to do your research. Because you clearly have no idea what you're saying, and that's okay, because you have that right as an American citizen. Yeah, good cops don't like bad cops, but they don't rat out the bad cops either. So again, I'm going to ask, since ratting out the bad cops isn't working because of the thin blue line, because of the blue brotherhood, what is your suggestion? Being in favor of police, not a problem, that's okay. I'm also in favor of police. I just think that we need to fix it. We need to fix the system. We need to reform the system, make policing better and more community involved instead of actually policing the community, over policing the community. So everyone out there that is, wants to say blue lives matter and back the blue and all that, what is your suggestion to getting rid of the bad cops? They bring their kids to protests because they know their kids are going to be protesting again in about 30 years, because that's roughly how often we have to do it here in the United States. Because unfortunately, not enough change is ever made. But again, how do we get rid of the bad cops, everyone? All the Republicans, all the right wings, all the cop supporters, all the libertarians, whoever, anybody that is supporting law enforcement indefinitely, without question, how do we fix it? How do we get rid of the bad cops? The dip that is talking, his name is Jared Wright. This is my live stream. Have a nice day. I don't know why I'm a dipshit for asking the question, how do we get rid of the bad cops? You all admit that there are bad cops. You say that it's a small percentage. That's okay. We can say it's a small percentage. How do we get rid of the bad cops? So here they are. So yeah, this is like the second staging area. Typically when they use this area, they always are in riot gear. They usually have the APC already out. Ernie, I agree 110%, which is why we need to get that dipshit Fisher out of here. Terry, I don't have an answer of what is going to happen if no charges are filed for the police, because I'm not an organizer. I'm just a dude that has a camera that follows marches. So yeah, that's not my area of expertise. If you want to know that, you can contact Kentucky Alliance here in Louisville, or you can contact BLM Louisville. They might have some more answers for you on that. But yeah, no, I'm not an organizer. I just have a phone and a voice and an opinion, and it's a strong one, and I'm allowed to. They're flashing me with a light, so I'm waving at them. I'm just waving. Hey, hi. I'm just waving. Oh, I'm not a man? Oh, you didn't hear that, did you? Am I not a man? Is that what you just said? Sorry? Would you like to come over here and have a conversation with me? I'd be happy to. You want to come and have a conversation? I got a cop over there flashing me with a light, telling me to use my man voice. Because apparently I'm not a man. That's okay. I'm a little boy. Dipshit. How's that for a man? I'm just here practicing my fucking right to be able to capture footage on public property and being verbally accosted by fucking law enforcement. Yeah, good job. Appreciate it. Of course, the officer didn't want to come and have a conversation with me after trying to say shit like that. He wants to stand over there. Keep being fucking ridiculous. Yeah, they hit me with their flashlight because it's gonna blur. You know, can't see them. Whatever. Fuck it. So I waved because they got a flashlight on me. I mean, anytime they put a flashlight on me, I wave. And then that dude wanted to start to try to antagonize me for no reason. I might not walk in, but I might walk around to the gate and see if I can get any officer to come and talk to me. Apparently me practicing my First Amendment right makes me less than a man, according to one of these gentlemen. Can I ask a question to any one of y'all gentlemen? It doesn't even have to be on camera. No? Is it normal practice for law enforcement to antagonize people that are practicing the First Amendment right, standing on the sidewalk? Because that's what just happened over there. I was just standing there, and apparently I'm not a man for some reason. I don't know. Just curious, is that normal practice to try to belittle people that are just doing normal everyday shit? I'm not even protesting. I'm just down here capturing footage, and I'm not a man for some reason. Just curious. What is it to be a man? That's another question. How about that? No? No, they don't want to talk about it. I don't even hate all cops. I just hate cops that are fucking rude. For no goddamn reason. I will not go on that lot because that lot is city owned but not public. Tim, I've had a bullseye on my back for weeks. They know who I am. I'm one of the few live streamers that they haven't had the privilege of fucking arresting. Like, seriously, what was the purpose of him? What was the fucking purpose? Thanks, man. What was the fucking purpose of him verbally accosting me? I wasn't talking to him. He couldn't hear me. He just saw a dude with a camera and was so scared, so insecure that he felt like he needed to open his stupid fucking mouth and speak up about it. Like, how little of a person do you gotta be? There's point in case LMPD for you. Was I doing anything wrong by standing there, all you people? Yeah, just fucking jaywalked, cause come and get me. Nah, he didn't actually get to me. He just didn't expect me to say anything back. Just ignorant. Like fucking LMPD. Point in case right there. No reason. LMPD is staging 2 blocks up. I guess 3 blocks up. Doesn't look like they're staging with riot gear, but they are currently staging to prepare. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, they didn't look like they were up in arms. They kind of looked like they were at ease, so they might just be there in case. But I went and I checked 2 of the staging areas, found them at the second one. An officer saw me standing on the sidewalk outside the fence with a camera, hit me with a flashlight, and started saying, "Speak up, speak up." I wasn't even saying anything to him. Saying, "Speak up. Use your man voice. Use your man voice. I can't hear you. Speak up." Just being a dipshit, just antagonizing for no reason. Cause he's scared. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Stand by, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, they're staged and they're standing by. Literally, just standing there, that's it. And he had to be a smart ass. Because they can't help themselves. I don't know if anybody's told y'all, but the 30 that were down there are now down at 8th and Liberty. They're not getting riot gear or anything from what I saw. They're all chilling. But they flashed a light on me because I had a camera down there. So, like, yeah. Be safe, boy. Yeah, for sure, man. Good luck. Yes, sir. Let one of the organizers know, just in case he didn't know. understand how he could not see my camera because I had it held up in the air over the fence and I was talking at this volume. No one around me can hear me talking at this volume right now, so how did he hear me from 100 feet away? It did occur to me, and my logic said, oh, that's bullshit. Nah, he didn't hear what I was saying.
What's up, brother?
They were just fucking trying to belittle me and shit.
Yeah, I saw. I was watching on my other phone.
Like, use your man voice. I was like, sir, you saying I'm not a man? That's okay if you are. And I went and asked some other cops. I was like, hey guys, can I ask you a question? I don't even have to put it on camera. No. Okay, well, I'm gonna ask you anyway. Is it policy for you guys to belittle people that are just standing on the sidewalk by themselves? Because that's what he did for no reason.
See, they called for that shit, and they were like, oh, well, fuck you, let's go fight about the arrest. They ain't about nothing.
Oh, put on your man voice.
Whatever, take off your fucking weak ass masculinity badge.
Right? I also asked the group of cops that I spoke to, what is it to be a man? Can you tell me that at least?
I think it's Dick, maybe.
That's Dick.
Maybe.
Excuse me, sir. Alright, guys. As you can see, it's safe, calm, and beautiful here in the park.
Left foot 2 steps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross.
Yeah, Shelly, that's a valid point. The street rods are this weekend. Means extra money for the city, so yeah, that's a good point. I can't wait till Derby. I can only assume there's going to be a lot of protesters that end up getting arrested at Derby. Not a single one probably will deserve it, but I guarantee there will be a lot of protesters that end up getting arrested Derby weekend because LMPD won't know how to act. Yeah, my life definitely attracts all walks of life. Bonnie, I am an ass. I'll confirm that for you. I am absolutely an ass. 110%. Nah, Jamie, he could hear me. And even if he couldn't hear me, why doesn't he just say use your man voice? What's that supposed to mean? Unless they updated, last I heard from Derby was that they were not doing infield tickets anymore, but they were still going to do the 3rd or 25 capacity in the stands. Unless something's come out that you've read, Jamie, that I haven't, that's my understanding. If they can sell tickets, they're gonna, because they're already gonna be losing money this year, and they're gonna try to minimize how much money they are losing. So if they can sell tickets and have people in that building, they're gonna have people in that building. I can promise you that. Yeah, it's like people aren't allowed to enjoy themselves after marching, 6 miles. They're not allowed to enjoy themselves. I guess we got to be angry the entire time. This is Jason Downey and Chris Smith, two Louisville live streamers. Look at him. Look at him. Anybody, if you haven't ever tried to do this at home, try it. Try it. It's not easy.
Look, grab your tip and toe.
Pamela, Brianna is spelled B-R-E. Just a heads up, not trying to be a dickhead, just letting you know. Raven, you're not wrong. Look at these goofy sons of bitches. Yeah, unfortunately, protesters do have to decompress. So yeah, sometimes protest turns into a party. Figure it out. Jason is a fighter, but he's not fought in a very long time, to my knowledge. He's been marching a lot too, so he might be a little out practiced. Absolutely, oh no, I didn't mean, Dan, I'm sorry. Shit, I just accidentally blocked someone I shouldn't have. I just meant to like his comment, not block it. I'm sorry, Dan. I'll come back for you, I promise. He said it was an old roller skater trick. It is 110%. An old roller skater trick. Nah, Bill, I can't do that shit. I'm not even trying.
That's not fair. Doing yoga. I would have never pictured you for doing yoga, though. No. If someone's like, Chris Smith does yoga, I'd be like, fuck you.
Alright, I gotta get a screen cap of this dude's comment because I need to remember his name because he did not need to be banned. I accidentally banned him. Oh, stop commenting, everybody. I gotta go back and find it. Lindquist. Can you look up that name and unban him? Oh, no, you can't. You'll have to, never mind. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Why can't I do that?
Because you have to have my password. Oh God, Beth, you ignorant Karen. Boop. Christopher, the overarching is ending police brutality as a whole. It's just that it happens disproportionately to the African American population. Kitty, thank you for that. I'm gonna delete your comment just so his name's not just out there, but thank you for posting it. I screen capped it. I got it. Thank you very much. Superman, Alright. So it seems like most of the activism for the day has come to a halt. So everyone's decompressing a little bit before they head home. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the live feed because yeah, it's just a bunch of people enjoying themselves. I've been on here for way too long already. I'm getting tired. It's my third march of the day. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, everybody. But I should be back out tomorrow. There's a couple actions that I'm gonna be kind of trying to get some footage of. So make sure you check it out tomorrow. Constantly loading or resharing, articles that are pertinent to the Breonna Taylor case. So stay up to date. Keep checking the Facebook wall. Other than that, stay tuned. Make sure you get back out here tomorrow. I'm gonna be out here tomorrow, so you stay tuned. You watch the stream. But until then, everybody stay strong and stay safe.